Welcome back to another episode of Schnozzcast. This is Bob, joined by my foolish and comical co-hosts Cory, Nick, and Todd. Today we've got a little booze news for you, some TTs, TikToks, 90-second sports, and maybe some surprise segments after that. We're gonna figure it out.
Surprises, you say?
Yeah, we got a few things in the hopper.
All right.
This is the kind of thing that makes people go like, "Oh, I should keep listening. I wonder what they're gonna do."
You just wait and see.
No, it makes them say, "This is dumb.
This is ridiculous."
Well done, gentlemen. Support the podcast.
I hate when members
times.
of the podcast tell us only that they have a surprise for us.
Well, when you try to put the show together, you're like, okay, let's have more segments that we might use rather than not enough. So I don't want to promise we're going to get to something that we don't get to it, and then people are disappointed.
Just so you boys know, big surprise for this Saturday night.
Exactly.
No, nothing like that.
No?
Nothing like that.
It's not the Cory surprise?
No, that's not how I roll, man.
Okay.
Okay, Phil and Angels.
What?
Phil and Angels.
That's not how I roll anymore.
Oh, Phil. Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil and
Talk about the
Angels.
biggest surprise ever on the podcast.
Yeah. Well, I think we've
At least my stuff is more behind the scenes.
We've
It
made
doesn't
up for
really-
that. We've made up for it.
No, Phil's made up for it, actually. Since.
Dude, I think I'm fucking making up for it every weekend.
Oh,
Trying to put the best show on I can. I learned from my mistakes.
It's good for you to think.
Hey
Learn
guys,
from my
just
mistakes.
so you're aware, I'm not sure if you've been introduced to any of my friends that I was in a fraternity with, but I've got another one on the line tonight.
Yep, and we'd like him to host a podcast with us if you guys don't mind.
And
I don't have any friends that weren't in a fraternity with
yes,
me.
he
just
does
so you
live
know.
in Seattle, but you know.
He's not an angel guy. More of a demon kind of guy. Thank God.
Speaking of demon kind of guys, Todd, Dylan, how are you?
Word to the mother.
Nick, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, buddy.
Cory?
Delightful.
Delightful. For all of you delightful people, thank you for tuning in. You can find us out there on the streaming services, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, Spotify, or anywhere else where you can get a podcast. We release episodes at 10:30 a.m. every Friday. You can also follow us on social media, out on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube at Schnozzcast. Just do a search and find us out there. If you do find us out there on any of those services,
If you do.
well, we have a name that is not necessarily super easy to spell. So it's SCHNOZZ cast. So if you can spell it right and you find us out there, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and give us a
If
review.
you don't, fuck off.
Todd, shut the fuck up. Let me get through this. You can also email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can call and text us at 618-SHOCKER.
The shocker line.
Yeah, I got to put that. I got to.
I don't know what that was.
All right. I got to put that on the board. Can I? Do
Like you're
that?
not telling him to shut up.
Yeah,
Because I wasn't in the middle of talking.
It's not a copyrighted sound.
No, these are all. I've got a whole soundboard that we can take some and put it on that.
Yeah, I would like to. Let's review that. It's about time to
Sounds that we actually use?
refresh, and let's get some sounds that we will use.
To be fair, though.
To be fair. He said it.
I can't tell which button it's on.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. That's what I was looking for.
That's what I'm talking about. Love that.
I don't know if we're gonna have time for
Love
this.
that.
I don't know if we're
Even
gonna
though you
have
don't
time
have
for
any
those
talent,
TikToks.
you don't have any talent in there. I love it.
You're supposed to support the podcast which you are hosting. I think that's a general rule of thumb. So,
Give you
Todd,
guys a solid. I'd give you a
Todd,
solid C+.
stop saying you guys like you're not part of this group. Like you fucking Schnozzcast guys over there. I'm just a casual observer over here on camera.
Hey,
Just
wait a
tell me,
minute,
Bob.
I
Just
have
tell
a
me.
question. I have a question for you. I have a question.
Clarifying
One question, but clarify question. Wasn't Jordan on the team before they won them championships?
Are you comparing yourself to Jordan?
I just asked a simple clarifying question.
And I
That's
fucking swatted it back over the net at you with another question. Are you comparing yourself to Michael Jordan?
Wrong sports acronym, and yes.
Wrong sports. Sorry, is there a different Jordan you're talking about?
Swatting it back
Phil
across
Jordan.
the net. Phil Jordan.
Good old Phil Jordan. Phil with an F.
Exactly.
You know, the one-legged golfer from 1958?
Yeah. There's a lot of volleying that goes on in basketball, Todd would like you to know. And I didn't pick up on the volleying portion
Swatted
of basketball.
over the net.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you tell us, Todd, why don't you go on at length about all the volleying that goes on in basketball?
There's not any. You're the one who said
Exactly.
it.
Anyway, moving on. Todd Dillon,
Yes, sir.
please tell me more about Michael Jordan. Just kidding. Let's go.
That was a
I'm
funny
like, wait,
joke.
what?
And now,
Let's go.
I'm
to
like,
the
wait,
news.
what?
All right, Corey. We're going to try to stay away from NASA shit this time, so I'm just going to read some headlines. Let me know if you guys want me to delve in a little bit deeper. Britney Spears
I'm listening.
Nope.
teams up with
Pass.
Elton John on Hold Me Closer, her first release in
Pass.
6 years.
Oh, I thought it was going to be better than that.
No. Okay.
Pass.
Well, look, we could talk about
Pass.
we could talk about Moderna.
I
Let me hold on just a second.
yeah,
There we
see,
go.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So-
Todd's muted.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
but along the lines of the Britney Spears thing,
Yeah.
let's talk about her Instagram.
What about her Instagram?
Do you not follow?
I do not follow her. Should I unmute Todd now?
Yeah, he might be safe now.
All right, there you go. Todd, you're back.
Do yourself a favor.
Okay.
Follow her the second we're done with this episode.
Is it a goddamn shit show?
It's everything 14-year-old Cory could ever hope and imagine for.
But Cory isn't 14 anymore.
Nope. But
No.
for
And then
this-
he's trying to freaking draw you into this
Dude.
den of freaking sin.
Yeah.
she put some pictures out there that had it been 14-year-old Cory, there would have been problems.
So you're trying to relive your glory days.
That
I
means
am.
that there
I
are
am.
problems now. He just knows how to freaking put a
she's-
sock on it.
She's this close to an OnlyFans.
Todd, I think that Crown Peach is hitting you.
Yes.
You know I'm telling the truth.
Look, we could talk about Moderna filing patent infringement lawsuits. We could talk about floods in Pakistan, but I don't really think that that's the kind of news that we want to tell on the show. There's too much depressing shit. So why not talk about Britney Spears? She's a fucking idiot. All right, that's a thumbs up from Nick. Harry Styles adding more love on tour dates. Knives Out sequel. Did you guys ever watch Knives Out, the movie?
Negative.
Yes.
Not impressed,
I
Todd?
saw it. It was okay.
It was all right. Sequel got a release date of December next year on Netflix. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, The House of the Dragon just premiered just a couple weeks ago. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, The Rings of Power premiered. John Hamm, there's a trailer out now. John Hamm is now reprising Chevy Chase's role as Fletch in a new Fletch flick, which I'm actually fucking frankly excited to see.
Frankly.
So am I. Like John Hamm.
Yeah, and hate Chevy Chase. So,
Chevy Chase is a prick.
You hate Chevy Chase?
oh yeah, can't stand him.
No,
Seriously?
you like
Can't
Chevy
stand
Chase,
it.
but once you realize he's an idiot, then you hated him.
He's a prick. Yeah. No, I will watch. There are movies like Fletch that I will watch, but it makes me smile.
He's great at his gig. He's a dick.
Yeah, it makes me smile to think that he would not approve of anyone else playing Fletch. Like he would see it as being like Harrison Ford playing Indiana Jones. Like no one else should do that but me.
Oh.
I think Jake Gyllenhaal should be Clark W. Griswold.
Jake Gyllenhaal. That was your
He's
choice?
the
for
greatest
that?
actor ever.
Oh, dude, I just heard something in the last couple of days. There's some role that Jake Gyllenhaal is now playing that is like a what the fuck is he doing?
I think he was the autistic kid named Jake Gyllenhaal.
Are you not a fan?
I mean,
He's the greatest actor
he's a
of his generation.
He's a terrible actor.
Wasn't he in the Spider-Man movie?
He played Mysterio.
And he crushed it in a crap movie.
So you that's it. He is dude. I want to know what everybody thinks of this.
The Return of Powder?
For all you Powder fans out there, it was a deep cut joke. So along the same vein of John Hamm reprising the role of taking over the role of Fletch, Jake Gyllenhaal is now going to be taking the role in a remake, the role of Dalton in Roadhouse.
That's what I'm talking about.
Again, I'm okay. This episode, I'm done.
I didn't make this happen.
You can't.
Remake Roadhouse?
They've already made Roadhouse 2, and it was shit.
They did?
Yes.
Who's in Roadhouse 2?
Ronda Rousey.
Did that ever get released?
Yes.
Yeah.
It did?
If
Yes,
Weird Al
dude.
Yankovic's in it, then it's not real.
Yeah, so this is like Roadhouse 3, kind of.
No, but it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Dude, so
An
it's gonna be
actor.
it's gonna be a fucking terrible movie.
I've even got worse news for you. Guess who's co-starring in Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Fucking Nick Bader. And that is the worst it could get.
Why do you got to bring me
That's
into
the
this?
worst it would get?
Oh, thanks, man.
No, this is going to send Cory into the apple.
TT's awful hurtful.
The main villain is going to be Conor McGregor.
That's perfect.
What is with
So
Roadhouse and wanting fucking MMA fighters?
Because it's Roadhouse.
Yeah, there's
If
a lot
you-
of fighting, a lot of
You've never
throat
seen the
ripping.
original Roadhouse?
I did, but apparently I don't remember it well enough.
A lot of
Cheers.
throat ripping.
Needs to be assigned again.
Oh, hold on. Hey, Todd, what are you drinking?
Little Crown Peach.
Excellent. We got a shot sitting here. See, that was short. Please join us.
And a little Fremont Dark Star Imperial IPA.
You leave your Dark Star out of this conversation,
Maybe that's
sir.
the answer. We just ask him and then we start drinking.
Yeah. We don't ask him at all.
There's
How
no.
about that?
There's no. I was
Machu
told,
Picchu.
don't people want to know what you're drinking? We should tell them what we're drinking. That's what I was told.
I know Corey's used to the larger shots from Uncle Ray's days.
Yeah.
And so
That was a bit much.
I had to. We give him the larger glass, which is not our fault. It is the fault of a one Mrs. Selesky that put the kibosh on the silicone glasses down here. It is
No,
true.
I have a secondary one to bring here. I just haven't brought
Yeah.
it.
Is it with your key fob?
No, that's back in the car.
Better be.
Oh, well, you can start locking the door again.
Perfect.
All right.
Fucking Roadhouse 3. Bullshit.
I'm with you. I don't know how you. I don't know what was wrong with the original Roadhouse.
Nothing. Roadhouse. There was
Roadhouse.
actually nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And it should have been left as is.
Yeah.
And there
Couldn't agree more.
should never have been a
that the one
Roadhouse
with-
2.
Well, is that the one with Belushi?
The only thing
If
is
you say Jake
wasn't
Gyllenhaal
old
right now,
enough.
I swear to God,
hold
Todd.
on, hold on. Nick just asked me if Roadhouse was the one with Belushi.
Wow. That's Animal House.
Oh, so no, I haven't seen Roadhouse.
You've never fuck. God damn it!
Put it
I
in
knew
the
it.
list.
I knew it.
Put it in the
Yep.
list.
It's going on the
No,
list right now.
don't do it until the new one comes out.
No, that is.
Oh, he's
no.
Todd. He's gonna watch all three.
That is verboten. We will never. I will never watch another Roadhouse other than the original.
Dude, I know I saw something with a fucking house.
Exactly.
I know.
He thought it was Animal House.
Man, you were the greatest. You're the gift
Yes.
that keeps on giving.
I know I did.
Yes. Yeah.
I was, when you think you're laughing with all your friends because you know something, and you
I love you, man.
and you don't know anything
I-
because I don't. That's not what I saw.
You said yeah. You
I'm
said
like,
it.
what
I'm
are all these
of course.
fights? You're like, because it's Roadhouse
But I
and people fight.
totally-
And I'm like, wait, what?
I totally
what did I see?
believed that you'd seen it when you're like, yeah, I saw it. I'm like, oh, okay, great.
I'm wondering why all these
Yeah.
fighters are in
It's a
there. I'm like, what are you
classic.
talking about?
It's a classic.
once you see the original Roadhouse, you'll understand why there's always.
I should
MMA
hope
fighters.
so.
Well, no.
I don't
because
hope you'll ever see the
remember-
original. The new one is going to be the best one. Jake Gyllenhaal
Remember-
is going to be Dalton.
Nick hated Caddyshack.
Yes.
And
Yep.
so there is a very good chance
Cory
that
doesn't care
Roadhouse
about-
is too old
Corey doesn't care about
for
all that.
Nick to
You understand?
care about or understand.
You understand that you and Todd care about it. Corey does not care about that. Corey's almost like, you're going to write a passage. You're going to fucking watch this shit.
Oh, no, I agree with that. I'm saying
Sam Elliott's in it too. So
But
that-
you
that
have
should-
you have
That
to
is true.
hold yourself at the highest regard and constantly remind yourself that this is something you think I will enjoy. Not
Yes.
I have to watch this because I haven't seen it.
I do think you'll
feel,
enjoy it.
Yeah, I feel the
Exactly.
same way. I think you would enjoy it.
I
could be wrong.
I honestly
but-
would have thought you would have enjoyed Caddyshack. to be
If
honest
you
with
could bend your mind to their way of thinking.
Yeah, really. Don't reappropriate
I think
my
I
mind.
said at the time for Caddyshack, I'm like, no, I had high hopes for that. I'm like, that's a great pick. I can't remember who picked it for him, but I
I
said
did.
That was
I said I thought it was a great pick.
horrible.
It was you. It was you, Bob.
Was it me?
It was you. I gave
What
him a better
scare-
one. I
what
gave him
scares
credit.
me-
If there's blame to be thrown around,
What
I guess
scares
I'll
me
take
in
it.
your old
blame.
fucking rickety 80s minds is that you guys are all like, oh,
It was me. Fuck.
This was an
It was
this
me.
was an amazing choice. I had a great time watching it in 83.
Yeah.
But I love that.
I said right away you were going to hate it, Nick. I knew
Todd,
you were going to hate it.
I will say this: it stands out in my mind like a severe storm that Todd came forward and he said, he goes, I think this could go either way on this one.
I am saying those words about Roadhouse.
You could say 50% of one and a half, half a dozen of one, whatever the fucking phrase is. 6 in one, half a dozen. Yeah, half a dozen of the other. Yep. But same concept.
That's okay.
You could say potato.
Yeah, tomato. You could say the same thing about every movie, though, and you'll always be right.
I guess I can't argue with logic like that.
You can't, because you could say, I'm
go
saying
way.
right now, I'm not sure he's gonna like this,
Yeah.
and if I like it, you're like, well, I didn't say he wasn't gonna like it.
Well, look, I
would have said I didn't think he'd like it. I knew that right out of the gate.
I'm not assigning it to you. I'm letting Cory put that in his list, but I agree. It's a great.
He's very stoic right now, by the way.
What's wrong with Cory tonight?
Like a
What's wrong, TT?
Hey, Todd,
I'm waiting for you to answer
Todd,
your text message.
answer your text that he sent you.
Damn it!
All right, just a couple more, just to put a bow on booze news here. Alfredo sauce spill closes highway in Memphis after semi-truck crash.
I remember seeing that.
Okay, and the funny thing is, I clicked to read it, and there's really not much more to know.
No,
That's it. Truck crash on a highway in Memphis. Whole lot of Alfredo sauce in the
yeah, there were some really good pictures, Cory. Fucking Alfredo sauce everywhere.
Yeah.
Was anyone coming with fettuccine?
I don't know who comes with fettuccine, but that's disgusting.
To your point, it did look like a whole lot of cum on that freeway.
It looked like a big bukkake.
Love me a good.
Can you spell that?
Scene. Bukkake.
You're in Cory's wheelhouse
really
now,
fast.
buddy.
Yeah.
Wait a
You are
minute.
in Cory's
you do
wheelhouse.
that really fast.
If you're talking about
Really
the business, if you're talking about the bukkake or the business end of a person, Cory's right there with you.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. He rattled off those letters really, really fast.
He did really fast. And
the
what did
second-
Danielle do? Is Danielle asleep?
She's upstairs watching
Danielle
a show.
doesn't listen to this podcast.
She's getting her flogger ready.
She doesn't listen to this show.
Googly moogly.
The second I
You're some
put
dirty
B
bastard.
anywhere in any of my electronic devices, bukkake automatically shows up.
Danielle opens the basement door. Did someone say bukkake?
All right. That I had another one, but no, that's you can't end. There's no way I can top that.
I do have one for you guys that I've been hanging on to for a couple weeks now.
Sure.
So, have you guys ever thought about the history of a credit card or how it started?
I lay awake at night.
It actually started at Hudson's. Hudson's downtown.
It actually was an idea of a mobster back in the day that was kind of there's
it's not
part
true.
of
I
it
feel like
started
he's
at
making
Hudson's.
all this up right now.
There was a banker with the last name Bellamy that went to a very fine dining restaurant.
William?
And didn't, I can't remember his first name.
Bill Bellamy.
But he had, there you go.
I see what you did. I see what you did.
But he didn't have his wallet with him. So the restaurant basically opened up a line of credit for him since he was such an avid customer. And that's basically how he created the idea of a credit card. And it was originally called a Diners Club card. But long story short,
that was like the thing everybody parents wanted when I was a kid.
a Diners Club card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
that was like the card.
You were well to do if you had a Diners Club.
Yeah, that's the original credit card. And so there was a bank in New York that eventually started giving out these line of credits to people. And they did it for an entire year. And they were basically just, you had to be in that specific area to get one of their cards. And they were just going and handing them out to just about everyone. At the end of that year, there was and we're talking, this is like 1952, I believe. There was a $9 million deficit to all the cards they handed out that people had charged things onto. And since this credit system wasn't set up yet, everyone just walked away from that debt. There was no way for that bank to ever collect that $9 million.
Really?
Yeah. And that's when the banks were like, whoa, hang on, wait a second.
Yeah.
Like we have to figure this out. How
I'm sure that was their response too, very calmly.
Well, I was gonna say, no,
fellas,
not for
I think
nothing.
we gotta
If everybody
figure
walked
this
away
out.
from their debt, the first thing I would imagine that the bankers would do it. Say, perfect. We should all share the list of people who walked away from their debt and never ever extend them credit or any other banking services ever, which would kind of thwart that mutiny that happened.
Which I'm sure could have happened back then. But the idea that all these people were just able to walk away from it at the time and be completely free and clear of it was kind of
I know they weren't black
mind-boggling
people.
You said you what? What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said I know they weren't black people.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been giving credit, so that's why.
Exactly.
No, but so John Biggins invented the credit card, but also the Hudson store, the original Hudson store in Detroit, started a credit line, and it was like apparently groundbreaking. It was like the first store or anyone to ever do credit.
Yeah, because
It's one of the first credit cards I ever had too.
Once the
Get out of here, Todd. You had a Hudson's credit card?
I did.
Have you ever been?
That's a different story.
Did you ever go to the?
That's a different story for a different time.
Did you ever go to the original Hudson's downtown?
No.
The first store? No.
I've had a Hudson's credit card at some point, but I've never been.
My parents grew up when they were very small. Like Christmas at Hudson's, was the
bomb,
biggest,
I thought.
was the biggest fucking deal downtown. It was huge. I mean, it was.
I'll have to ask my mom. I don't recall ever going, but I'll ask my mom if she ever took us when I was a kid, because I agree it was a big deal. And actually, I said it's a sad story, but again, one of my first credit cards was a Hudson's, which I think had a $500 credit limit that I never spent $1 on. But
and you could only spend that at Hudson's.
Yes.
But they started
because it wasn't a Visa; it was a Hudson's card.
Right.
They started.
It was a brown card with gold letters.
But it was the actual Hudson store started a line of credit, and I think it was before actual cards, but they started actually giving them out eventually. But
not true, because the actual cards were invented in 1950. There was an engineer that was that actually did invent CIA identifications on how to get someone's information encrypted and not actually be seen. And that's how the magnetic strip was made.
I'm not talking about a magnetic strip. I'm talking about a credit card.
Yeah, but you were just saying though, like with everything like today, how everything's swiped and all that. This is back to the original credit card machines, of where you actually had to.
Yeah, you understand that original credit cards did not have barcodes on them. Because barcodes meant nothing.
That's
because
you just swipe that metal thing.
Yeah,
right, not the original.
You do the
original
chunk,
but that's how the not RFID, but the magnetic strip was actually invented. From the CIA.
I'm sure it was, but we were talking about credit cards.
That's part of the credit card.
Not back then.
Yes, in 1950 it was.
But credit cards did not have magnetic strips back then. In the 80s,
they didn't have magnetic strips.
In the 80s, they were still doing the carbon copies.
You're wrong again.
They were doing the carbon copies back in the 80s.
Check those facts. 56. That was.
I don't know this. The
Schnozzcast, there might have been barcodes, but credit cards didn't have them on them until later. Because
I think these guys are all friends.
I
think these girls are all friends, but get them talking about credit cards and the fucking knives come out.
It still had a magnetic strip on it, even though you still. Yes, I know.
No.
Todd, okay. You still did the paper carbon copy, but they had
but not all
magnetic
of them
strips
did.
on it.
Not every credit card had the magnetic strip on it.
Okay, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not everyone, but
That's what I said.
I'm
you're partly right again.
I'm agreeing with you, but
I'm giving you a solid C+ again, then, Corey.
So it says American Airlines Travel Air Card was the only card back in the day, and the first card to have magnetic strips on the back in 1969. However, other credit cards did not have this until very much later.
He said 69.
Yeah, I mean,
the sad part
I was
is
born then.
We're gonna. This is probably gonna be resolved after the show in the after party, and it won't ever make the air. But there will be definite like Googling and arguing that goes on.
Back
and forth about this, which is great.
I got to appeal to the wisdom of my elders.
Don't say fuck you.
You got to appeal?
Bob,
did you say peel or appeal?
In the 80s, how many times did you swipe a credit card versus them doing the
I never worked
copy?
at a store where I had to
It was always
take
carbon
credit card
copy.
No,
statements.
I'm asking.
Who said
As
you
a
worked there? You
customer?
didn't have a
As a
credit card when
customer.
you were
As a
when you-
customer?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me? Todd is older than me.
Are they swiping a digital
I'm not.
machine?
Like Bob, you're like 17 years older than I
Todd
am.
was no. He wrote on his buckboard and never had a credit card.
He's usually very quick
He
to
had a
correct
bag. He had
people
a bag
based
of
on
gold. He had a sack of
things
gold.
that happened way back
and he would
in the
take
day.
a nugget of gold
And
out of
right
his sack
now,
and then pay for things.
He's fucking just milking this for what it's worth. Why don't you just tell everybody the first time that you started swiping a credit card?
So
Was it in?
Bob.
Was it in the 50s or what is it in the
Christ.
fucking?
Nick, what you're not understanding though, they had the magnetic strip. Even though you didn't swipe credit cards, you would still use carbon copies.
We get that. We get that, Cory.
Todd, shut the fuck up. that held that's what held the information to your card.
How'd they get the information? Off?
We know that. He knows it.
How'd they get the
Mikey?
information off?
There was certain ways to get it off there because
Okay, how?
I will
Nobody
look
at
it
a
up.
They're
storefront
carbon
could
copying it.
afford- Nobody at the storefronts could afford the thing to
There's
read
no-
that.
yeah, there's no
That's why
swipe
they
readers
did this
back
still
in the-
swipety swipe. Exactly.
Yes,
The
not every-
infrastructure
not-
wasn't there
not
for
every
everybody to
store-
read it. Even though the
not every
technology
store-
to put it on a card was there, Cory. Get on the
Not-
porch, bitch.
Not every store had them, but the technology. What Todd said was actually very correct. Was that the technology was there? That
I
there-
understand the technology was
Right.
there.
So,
So it was
but-
not mainstream.
No, I'm not saying it was mainstream.
No, I know the
But-
CIA came up with it and everything, and it was back in the 50s, but it was not being used for like right
No,
now. Like
it
right
wasn't
now,
being used commercially by any means.
yeah, I'm sure there's
But there
all
was-
kinds of technology right now that we're
there
not
was still
using.
there was
There's
still a
too
way
much
to get
infrastructure
your, there was still a way
required
to
to
get
actually
your
get the information back to another party who would validate the authenticity of the information before it happened.
Can we get
Not
on
for
that? Shut the
nothing.
fuck up.
shut the fuck up, Todd.
I'll get it.
Thank you.
I have no stake in this.
There was still a way to get the information off that card one way or another. Even though, yes, it wasn't commercially available and you couldn't go anywhere and do it, but that magnetic strip was on there for very earlier than any of us would probably ever imagine.
Just so you guys know, I said, "Can we get another shut the fuck up from Cory?" And Bob thought
Yeah.
I said shots. Now he's pouring us shots, but he can't hear because he doesn't have
Hey,
cans on.
and not for nothing. This whole silly premise is if Superman's dad would have put a little freaking thing around his neck when he was freaking putting him in the pod, and he wasn't Superman, he's like a super weak man, then Superman wouldn't exist either. What the fuck?
It's
What are
real
we
life,
talking
Todd.
about here?
This is
That's
real
a
life,
great
Todd.
point, Todd. I couldn't have said it any more eloquently myself.
Real fucking life.
Yeah, I think we were. I think we're going down the same road, but in different directions.
All right, fellas,
Yeah.
we're gonna. So hold on, Todd. We're gonna circle the wagons here and pull everybody back together in 3 ways. The first of which is going to be the shot we're going to do.
3-way.
The shot we're going to do. So please join us.
Did a shot, I thought.
Yeah, this is a podcast, Todd.
Todd, what kind of beer are you drinking?
Why are we drinking the shot?
Because we're going to fucking circle the wagons and we're all going to kumbaya and come back together again. And I have a plan. This is the first in a 3-step plan. So go ahead and do whatever you're doing.
I'm
there.
having a Deschutes Fresh Haze IPA.
Hold on, we're
You're
gonna wait.
welcome, Nick.
Okay. Oh, okay. And so, what kind of shot do you have?
Crown Peach.
Oh, that's now I can do my shot. Thank you.
Cheers.
Sancha.
Oh,
So we actually didn't tell you this, Bob, because we just let it play out.
sure.
But I whispered it to the audience, that our listeners.
Yeah.
I asked Cory if I could get another shut the fuck up for Todd, and you said I'm on it, thinking I said, "Can I get another shot?"
I did. That's what I thought you said.
And I let it play out because I
Okay.
wanted another shot.
That's fair.
It worked out well for
I'm
everyone.
happy to. Right. So step 2. I know I said that booze news is over, but I'm going to do one more article here because I think it's going to pull everybody together.
Let's hope so.
Yep. This is step 2. R.I.P. to a school supplies legend. The 80s and 90s gave rise to some iconic school
Not the
supplies.
Scholastic.
Lisa Frank folders. Mr. Sketch scented markers. Nothing. And Trolls
Trapper Keepers?
Trolls pencil toppers created endless possibilities to stand out from your classmates. But the Trapper Keeper, which turned a typical 3-ring binder into a personal statement, was the most iconic of them all. This is primarily for if there's anybody who's young in their teens.
You understand I
early
can't
20s.
read this from
No,
here.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who are younger than us, who don't know maybe what a Trapper Keeper is, or folks that are not from the U.S.
There's going to be a lot of people.
The Trapper Keeper was introduced by Meade in 1981. By the end of the decade, the company claimed half of all middle and high school students had one, per the New York Times. The name came from its features. Its vertical folders trapped papers, while plastic rings acted as the keeper, holding everything together. Endless design options, including Miami Vice-style beach scenes. Tell me if you guys have seen these or had one.
Oh, yeah.
Red Lamborghinis and neon lasers had kids fighting over styles in stores. E. Bryant Crutchfield, who invented the Trapper Keeper, passed away last week at the age of 85.
Oh, no.
Crutchfield said that when he started working, school products were drab and boring. The Trapper Keeper changed that forever, or at least until computers rendered most school stationery obsolete. However, if you are feeling extra nostalgic, Me just recently relaunched the Trapper Keeper just in time for back to school shop.
Dude, I will tell you, especially with today's day and age of being able to do everything on an iPad, a computer, go fuck yourself with the Trapper Keeper.
Wow.
Plus, I know.
But back in the day,
even back in the day, they were so bulky and huge. I would rather have just a single notebook for each class and carry two of them, rather than having.
Where are you going to carry all these notebooks?
2 notebooks?
How many classes do you have? 2?
Yeah, you split up. You make it half and half, and then you have 4 classes in.
No, I need
clarifying question. Corey.
I need the organizational skills of a Trapper
Corey,
Keeper.
were you the valedictorian of your class?
Mm-hmm.
Of course he was.
Perhaps if you'd used the Trapper Keeper, you might have been.
Dude, it was excess added onto excess.
Apparently, tons of people disagreed with you because.
No, I know. I trust me, and I tried them for years too.
You're
but
the odd man out.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, but
and
you were
that's
not
fine.
in the Trapper Keeper era. So
I was.
No, you weren't,
dude.
I don't know when.
Corey, we had them, but even me, being older than you, was not the age of the Trapper Keeper.
Why are you pointing at me?
You're so correct. I never had a track. Dude,
I just said you had them. And so
I never had one.
I had plenty of these huge things that could enclose 4 notebooks and hold floppy. That's a Trapper Keeper.
My dad was very much like Corey. I got you a fucking notebook. You don't need that fucking Trapper notebook. Take
all you
notes.
needed.
That's it. Yeah.
First of all,
so I never really had a choice.
First of all, Bob.
So
the Trapper Keeper came out in what year?
81.
Okay.
Yeah.
What school were you in 81?
Jesus. I was, if I graduated in 88,
Age math?
that would have been 5th grade.
You were in the 5th grade.
I was in the 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
5th grade. So you of anybody.
I know you told me shut up, but I got that right too.
Yeah. Todd was in the 4th grade.
No, Todd was
In the 6th grade.
Todd was doing Todd was doing people's taxes.
You heard it here, everybody.
Todd was
Todd
in the 6th
Dillon is
grade.
older than Bob.
Todd Dillon is smarter than Bob. I was fucking 3 grades ahead, bitch.
Or that much older.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah,
Nick.
exactly. Flick 2
No, but
dicks
I'm
right
saying
on the side.
the era of the Trapper Keeper was
The 80s.
going to school in the 80s, and
Yeah.
it was all the rage. It would be like asking you, like, oh, did you have a Tamagotchi baby? Even though they were around when you were younger, like it wasn't something huge.
I didn't know when
What
the
is a
Trapper Keeper.
Tamagotchi baby?
Well,
It was a big 90s
Yeah,
thing.
that's for another time.
Yeah, I didn't
No,
know
but
when the Trapper
yeah.
Keeper age ended. I assumed that you guys.
They were
had
always
them.
around. They
Okay.
weren't necessarily Trapper Keepers, but they were similar.
Yeah.
And I know what Corey's talking about.
And
They
for,
were
in the
big,
black
bulky-
community, we had the crapper eater. We couldn't afford that Trapper Keeper.
Todd, we don't
Colorful
see
bullshit.
We don't see colors in this podcast.
No, the black community, all you saw were
I
checking
lived
them
in
traps.
I lived in color in real time.
You were just checking them traps.
Exactly. On the
Look, I'm not disagreeing
On the
with what you're
8-track.
saying. Trapper Keeper wasn't for you, but,
it
you,
was
but you
not
had.
for me.
You're saying you had the opportunity to use it if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I had several of them, and
So you did own them.
Oh,
They just didn't work.
Oh,
for you.
now you had several of them. You fucking milk toast bitch.
But you know what?
Let's
Shut
get
Todd
Todd
up.
here.
You Todd.
But you know what? By Corey's age, you know, not only
I had
you
several.
had things like personal organizers. You had
He really had a BlackBerry.
not you personally, but I'm saying they were available.
Talk about your
Nah,
drug phone you had back in the day.
That was
Corey.
probably when I started high school. That
Corey,
like,
personal organizers like those little ones. They're on an episode of Seinfeld, like in like '92.
your paper version.
No. I'm talking about digital version of a personal organizer. Those little things that had a whole keyboard on them, and you could open them up.
Yeah,
they had
no,
like
never,
like a little calculator
Yeah,
fucking screen on them.
Never had one of those until
You know what I'm
Bob
talking
gave
about.
me one. Until that was like
What year was that? I was trying to remember.
probably like 98,
When did you graduate from high school?
2005.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Baby.
Okay.
He's a baby.
Yeah. So no, there was no electronics
You guys mute
involved
me?
with any of the stuff.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe not that you personally had,
Yeah.
but they were around.
It was pre-dawn
Corey,
to that age.
If they were around in 92, then they were around in 2005. So,
But that wasn't the range we were given. In 92 I was
stop. Don't even do the
No,
Corey age math.
No, stop. Don't
it.
stop him.
in 5th grade.
Don't just say that because they said that.
No,
I didn't say-
5th grade. So yeah, no.
What year were you born?
87.
Pop?
Ooh, in 92? Yeah. No, you were born in 87. In 92, you were like 5 years old.
Huh.
Great.
But the
Maybe
point,
he meant 5 years. 5 years old, fifth
look,
grade.
look,
the point,
yeah.
the
I
point
was
being,
in fifth
that
grade.
we didn't have access to any electronics like that. So no,
Yeah.
the Trapper Keeper was the way to fucking go, and it was
Yeah.
it was terrible.
It was a way to go that I never got to use, and I was always kind of jealous of the Trapper Keeper folks. Like, oh, this is why I'm not getting good grades. I don't have a fucking Trapper Keeper.
You should not be jealous of it because it was a huge
So
bulky.
there was some other reason why I was getting shitty grades. That's probably fair.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a fair
yeah.
point.
I'll let you know
Okay.
right now. My parents bought me anything and everything I wanted in regards to school supplies, and I just hated school, and it just didn't work. So
No kind of trapping or keeping was going to
Nope.
improve your
wasn't going to do anything.
your hatred for school.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's fair.
I'll-
I don't know why I thought this was going to bring all this together, but it clearly didn't. Did you actually dump Todd?
No,
Okay, he's just being.
no, he's just leaning back. He thinks he's muted, but he's not.
All right.
And now he's just shaking his head very subtly.
So the third leg of my three-step plan is we're going to go into TT's TikToks.
Are you ready?
TTs. Are you happy now, fuckers?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
All right. Well, so hold on.
You stopped
Don't
like 18 minutes fucking
don't-
early, bitch.
Yeah, I know I did.
It's a
we
time
can't-
filler because TT never picks good TikToks.
But there's a
I never-
difference. Hold on. There's a difference
Wow,
between filling time and letting everyone know this is a time filler. Like we don't need to be
I know.
filling time.
Look, Corey's so mad at me right now. He doesn't know what to do. He's like,
No,
wait, what?
this
What
is
did you just say?
this is how we bring everybody together. Todd, you've had last episode we did. You had your sports. You had your grievances.
I'll shut the fuck up.
No, I don't need you to shut the fuck up as much as I'm going to give. Corey's been a little bit persecuted on this podcast, a little bit feeling the pressure from alternative opinions. So this is how we pull him back in.
All right, so here's Jerry. Jerry's a duck that is owned by a family, and they let him swim around in the pool at the house. Here we go.
Okay.
She's
No,
just
stop.
she's just
Jerry,
trying to swim.
I
Don't
wanna
kill.
swim.
Yeah, she wants
Let
to
me
swim,
swim.
Jerry.
Let
Kill
me
her,
swim.
Jerry. Kill her. Kill her now.
I don't know why I found that so funny, but apparently Bob did too.
I did too. I did too. She was so scared of a duck. Like, what was that duck going to do?
Dude, ducks are deadly.
No, geese are fucking assholes. Ducks are fine.
Yeah, no.
Did you talk
Duck
about
can
Canada
fuck you up.
gooses?
Yeah.
All right,
A
Todd.
duck can
So
fuck you up.
this next one I've been hanging on to for a while. This is Kevin Samuels. He is an image consultant, and he would do consultations over TikTok and YouTube. And this guy was a savage. He's no longer with us. That's why I keep on saying he was. But he would tear people apart for their image. So I just wanted to give you guys a little idea of Kevin Samuels here.
On a scale from 0 on 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What would you rank your looks? Fresh face out of the shower, your natural hair.
A 10.
Your face?
Yes. A 10. I'm always going to give myself a 10. I'm not going to ever give myself.
All right, so there we go, right there, people. That's all you. Like you see all the hearts people losing. See, you can cap all you want to, but you're not an international supermodel. You're not an international, and I'm just trying to ask you. See, up until this point, I feel like you've been pretty reasonable. But now, if you want to do that, I think we should probably end it because I don't play those games. I'm doing something for a good reason, and I'm trying to be helpful. But man, you and Rihanna walk into the room, don't nobody confuse you. You're not a 10.
Oh, wow.
You're not a
You're
10.
freaking
Rihanna-
3.2.
You're not a 10, but that's the point. But that's a 10. You're not a 10.
Okay. Rihanna's beautiful though, but she's a 10.
Granted, but on a scale from 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What do you rank your face?
Okay, I'll give it 8. I'll give it 8.
You put yourself up there with Beyonce. Beyonce's an 8. Kelly Rowland's a 9. Rihanna's a 10. Hell, Sweetie is an adjustable 6. When was the last time you had a guy with suicide doors rolling up trying to marry you?
None.
Okay, when's the last time your child's father? What do you do for a living?
He worked for Metro, the maintenance supervisor.
Oh no, he's not
So
a maintenance
middle class
supervisor.
worker, right?
Oh, good.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
due respect,
He could do better.
a woman who's an 8, 9, or 10, they don't get middle class maintenance supervisors.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful people.
Ma'am, we're talking about you.
Okay.
You've been you your entire life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You call
Preach.
yourself an 8.
Yeah.
Preach.
No.
If Sweetie is a 6,
Ma'am, you're not.
I think
Ma'am,
she's 10. So
ma'am, you're beneath that number.
Exactly. I gave her 3.2 and I'm being
All
nice.
right, hold on.
Sorry, that's the best TikTok ever.
Yeah.
So
Ever,
why is he not with
ever,
us?
ever.
He died.
He
I
did?
understand
No, I
that,
should
but why
take
did he
that
die?
slot.
How did he die?
Heart attack
Wow.
in the
Why?
middle of having
That
sex.
dude's a fucking preacher.
Well, that
Really?
that dude passed.
Yeah.
That dude passed away. Apparently.
Hank,
What a better way to go?
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
in.
like he did
I'm
not
in.
he did not give her the ground rules before they started. Where he's like,
Oh, he-
okay,
he-
No.
He gets
Rihanna's a 10,
no,
Beyonce's
no,
a 9,
no.
Sweetie's an 8.
Nah.
I feel like he
She
dropped that
knew.
on her during the
She
conversation.
knew. You know what she did, Bob?
Yeah.
And I know you guys told me to shut up, but she.
No, there were no you guys.
she
It was Corey telling you to shut up.
Yeah.
Corey told me to shut the fuck up, but she pulled the confidence card out. And sometimes confidence doesn't get you all the way there. And I'm glad that somebody made her confident about her looks. At the end of the day, here's the thing. Todd Dillon believes that Todd Dillon is the most handsome man on the planet. But Todd Dillon is realistic. If Todd and Brad Pitt walk into a room, Todd's a fat, ugly black dude. Fucking Brad Pitt's Brad Pitt. I get that. I'm a fucking 3.1 next to Brad Pitt. And a freaking 7.2.
Todd, if
like
you're
it's
looking for
Jake
any of us
Gyllenhaal.
to be like, oh yeah, you're fantastic and you're handsome, you're not going to get that.
Todd,
from
you're
us.
My mom says I'm handsome.
Todd, you're a powerful man. You're
we
a
love you.
handsome man.
We love you.
We all admire you.
but we're not going to say that.
Yeah, we all want to be just like you.
My mom says I'm handsome.
He can lift 100 pounds right over his head.
Yeah, his hands are the size of pressed hams. Yeah,
No, I think that's brilliant. That is
Those
brilliant.
fucking
I
bear
love it.
paws.
I think it's a trick question. I mean, who the fuck, who, if
Who's
you
the arbiter
asked,
of beauty?
if you asked, who's the arbiter of beauty, and if you asked Rihanna, how egotistical are you? Or is anyone to say I'm a 10?
We all
On what
exactly. Here's
scale?
the thing. Hang on one sec. So, Bob, I can actually clarify this question. This is why I love what
Gotcha.
Corey put on the thing. We all have our different tastes, right? There are
Yeah.
chubby chasers. So there's chicks who think that freaking I'm a 10, even next to Jake Gyllenhaal or Brad Pitt. But they're crazy.
Fucking Jake.
Because at the end of the
Gyllenhaal.
day,
Back in the-
at the end of the that's and
At the end
Brad
of the
Pitt.
day,
And Brad, at the end of the day, at the beginning of
At the end of
school, and before the freaking story starts, there are no true arbiters of beauty, but quite honestly, everyone, we know who the beautiful people are, and across any spectrum. The one thing that I love is every beautiful person doesn't have to be skinny or tall or white or black or whatever. Beauty is individualized, but when people are like, "Oh, I'm a 8," come on. Of the people in your same look regime. Look, I mean, ultimately, we all know what groups we fit in, right? I'm a reasonably handsome, chubby, mid-height black man, right? It's like there's a segment of those people.
He danced around the word mid-height.
Yeah, it's a little overzealous.
He's like, let's see, Cory's back.
I'm just saying.
I can't say tall. Mid-height.
Todd.
Taller than Cory, exactly taller than Cory.
Yeah.
Todd, if you're mid-height, what is Cory?
Dwarves can't help what they are.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
I feel like this is going to make for some interesting after-party dynamics here.
All right, so here's the next one.
Kids, your mom's home.
Nice.
That's solid.
I don't know why, but I can watch those like cars crashing into a house videos all day long, but a kid on a skateboard going down a ramp about to hit his nuts, I'm like, nope.
I can watch. It's funny, Bob. I can watch both. And again, I'm not a ball shot guy like Jackass when they're see who can hit somebody in the nuts harder. I'm not down with that. But when I see high quality freaking ball strikes, like it's like I'm gonna grind my skateboard down.
No, it makes my balls shrivel up. Literally, I'm nope. I don't want to watch
that. Cracks me the fuck up.
Yeah.
Seeing some
Me
dude,
too, because I'm like.
Seeing some dude wipe the fuck out, like a moron that he is, cracks me the fuck up.
But kids falling off of bikes, I can watch that shit all day long.
I fucking watch kids falling off bikes all fucking day.
Yeah.
All right.
Why are you watching kids all day, TT?
Hey now.
Here's the next one.
The dream discovers.
Very self-explanatory.
This is what TikTok was built on.
What the fuck?
Okay.
That's horrible.
That's self-explanatory,
That's
I feel.
I'm going to give you that's Charles Barkley. That's terrible. Terrible.
All I got to say about that is that's terrible.
So the last one here.
And Cleveland.
I wanted to play for you guys last week.
Yeah.
I came across this. And
this looks like it's going to be good.
It just reminded me of how you guys think of me.
I know. Hold on.
We don't think of you as a bear.
Yeah, you've said stallion. That's not a stallion.
Nick has mentioned grizzly bear several times.
Yeah, Cory's a little grizzly bear.
So we've bought grizzly for you at the gas station on the way there.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure I've ever heard grizzly bear.
Who's that hairy little man in Game of Thrones?
Cory.
Oh, that's Peter Dinklage.
That's what I imagine Cory to be.
The little short guy?
Do you want me to mute Todd again? Or do you want to?
I'm about to just fucking kick him off. All right. But so anyways, yeah, I laughed at this a lot because the second I saw it and Nick's comments about me being a grizzly bear, here you go.
Okay.
That's not a grizzly bear.
That's a sun bear. That's a sun bear, it looks like.
What is a sun bear?
A sun bear is like in Asia. They have the white on their chest.
I'm not sure if I've ever
nice
seen
feet
anyone
work.
happier in a pool than that.
Oh, that would be
bear.
Cory. He'd be very happy.
Would you be flipping around like that and licking your toes?
I was very excited to see that bear. I was like, I could see myself doing that.
Cory related with that bear.
I did. So there you go. That's TT's TikToks for this episode.
Excellent, sir. Where we at with time? Maybe 45?
49.
Damn it. So close. Why don't we see what happens with an existential question?
This seems very Bush League.
What's that? The thing
intro.
that you did?
I mean,
Seems very Bush League to
in
me.
comparison. That's what I'm saying.
Hey now.
Seems very Bush League.
Hey now. Okay. So this installment of Nick's existential question of the week. The question is, if you could make someone else live one moment from your own life, who would you select, and what would that moment be? To stave off other questions or clarifying questions.
That ain't going to happen.
Clarifying questions. We're going to read this again.
Wait, hold on. You think that the clarifying questions are because they didn't hear it the first time?
I know it won't.
All
but
right.
I always get to repeat the question.
Yep.
So if you could make someone else live one moment from your own life, who would you select, and what would that moment be?
Oh my God.
Okay.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
All right.
Because it's not something I typically do. I don't usually go first. So mine would be.
What?
I don't. I usually let all you guys do your thing.
When it comes to the question, I think you have an unbroken string of like the last 4 questions going first.
I never go first.
We'll go back to the tape.
I'll go last
I
then.
feel,
If you guys think I go
no,
ahead.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
I think I
It's
never go
actually
first.
smarter.
It's not accurate.
It's smarter to go last because I
All
can
right,
hear all
that's
yours.
fair. That's fair. I'll go first.
Yep. I think someone just wanted to go first. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to go first. I would give Cory the moment where
I know you're gonna fucking say.
The moment where Nick, finish my sentence.
Oh God, it's gonna be something to do with having a child, having a kid. The moment I first had my kid grab my fucking hand, and I could hold my child for the first time. You're so predictable.
That's fair. The moment where Cicely was born.
Sorry,
child.
Jack.
First child. No, my first child. Look, you could talk to your mom. I don't care how many kids you've had. You can't. It all pales in comparison to the first time you experienced.
So on that to my mom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's not because
I get on board with that
of anything that had to do with you at all. It just was the first time.
I was the first child. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
She's like, that white beard felt a little weird coming out.
Yeah. Now, so the question doesn't go into why you would do that. Hold on, Todd. Why I would do that, or what it would mean, or what the context is, but I would want you to have that experience. If I could somehow make you have that feeling before you actually, did it, before, you and Danielle actually have your first child, I would want to give you that sort of glimpse into what it would be like. That'd be great.
Todd, you know what the weird thing is that he always, his compass always points to Cory when it comes to things like this. You don't have children, and neither do I, but he always wants Cory to experience these things.
Well, because
Cory's he's a slow-witted wannabe baby.
Wow.
Let me bring it back down to
digging real deep.
Cory is in a position to. He's the only one of you fuckers who are in a position to actually have that feeling like I did.
But that doesn't mean it.
I can make a baby.
So
but you're not going to, dog
what?
and chicken owner.
Guess what? He's going to have that feeling very soon. You don't have to wish it upon him.
Yeah,
maybe Todd and I are not going to have that feeling soon. So you're like, hey, you know what I want?
You don't know what
I
I'm
want
doing?
you guys to have that feeling.
I'm moving and shaking.
No,
bitch.
no, I'm not. No.
He always wants Cory to have it.
If you wanted to have that feeling, then there would be some sort of movement in that area.
Thanks, Bob.
You've expressed.
I don't want your
some
hand
sort
down.
of.
But he's going to have it. He doesn't need your wish. He's going to have it.
Exactly.
But maybe I don't know how he's. I'm saying this without having any knowledge about whether Cory thinks he's ready, whether he's excited about it. Like I don't know any of those things.
You have some knowledge.
It feels like you're foisting your feelings on Cory right now, though.
You're not Cory, Bob.
Like I'm getting attacked
and Cory is not you.
This is an existential question. Go fuck yourself. That's my answer.
It's a foisting kind of answer.
You go ahead. You go next time.
Cory,
I gave my answer already.
It's not all about you and Cory.
I gave my answer already. Next.
You've been foisted. I have a clarifying question.
Yes, Todd.
Yeah.
So, can you read the question one more time?
No, I honestly can't because I closed the book and there's many pages.
Okay. Well, if I wanted to have, so I think what I heard was a moment in time that I could extend to someone else. Correct. Could I extend it to multiple people or is it just one person? One person.
Someone, not many.
Thank you, buddy, for bringing it.
So it's an individual. What about some people with the same title or name or? gender or whatever.
As long as they are one person, then sure.
Just so an individual, so just one person.
Yeah, someone is not a group of someones.
If they're Siamese twins, then I guess that would apply to.
Well played.
No, that's not someone. Those are two individual people.
The CDC might disagree with you, sir.
No, those are two
it
people.
does. No,
You don't think Siamese twins
unless
are
they're
two different
conjoined, it's
people?
just one person.
What's the percentage of organs shared? Because then
we're getting off topic.
Yes. I just wanted to know if it's one individual sack of skin. My question has been answered, and I needed a little bit more time then.
Excellent. So you've killed time.
You need more time.
Mission
Okay.
accomplished.
All right. Well then.
I know what I know the feeling I'd like to convey, but I was hoping that the ruling would have been that I could convey that feeling to multiple people.
Nope.
You said no.
Well, we'll wait until you can figure it out. So, Cory, it's your turn.
So, I guess at this point in day and age, it would probably be my mom.
Your mom, what?
You want to transfer a feeling?
what
to your
feeling?
mom? What feeling?
Everything that she's given me and done for me in the past, I would like to give her.
But hold on. If I
not
recall
a
the
feeling.
question, yeah, hold on.
You want to birth your mom?
Hold on. If I recall the question correctly, and I know it's your question, but
Can you read the question again?
it's a moment in your life that you want to transfer to somebody else. A moment.
Yeah, it's not all the moments of your life.
Okay.
I get it is laudable and
It's very sweet.
yeah to allow your gratitude for everything she's done for you.
Right.
But that's not a moment. So it doesn't
a collection
exactly
of
follow
moments.
the rules of the question.
It's a collection of
fact
moments.
checker.
So then what her proudest moment of me,
Yeah.
I would like to reflect back onto her.
But that
Wait a minute.
You're saying your feelings during that moment of gratitude?
But this is your Cory. This is your moment that you're giving to her. You can't take her
that's what I'm
moment.
trying to
that she's
clarify.
It feels very
proudest of you.
selfish.
This is the moment that you've experienced in your life. Not like my mom
you
was
were
so proud
relentless
when
tonight.
she gave birth to me. I want to give birth back to her.
No, I'm not saying I'm giving birth back to her.
No, I know, but you can't take her moment. This is your moment.
Let's follow this to its logical conclusion. What is the most grateful for her motherhood and care that you've ever had? What is that one moment where that you want to make her know?
No,
Is
that's
that not what the
wrong.
question was?
No, the question is a moment in your life.
Yes, that's where
that you could let someone else experience.
Yes,
This is
and
not
I'm-
a proud moment a mother has for her son.
No. That's
This
not
is
what I'm saying. That's not
Cory
what I'm
has.
saying. I'm saying the moment where the feeling I'm getting is you want to return the favor. So let's say, what is the moment where you were most proud, most grateful as a son? That moment that you experienced that you want her to
Sure,
experience.
that'll work.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for, but I
knew you were right on track. I mean, I'm sorry for
cut off.
double dipping you.
Rudely cut off. Yeah.
But that specific moment that would be very hard to pin down. So maybe I did pick a very bad example there.
You want to think about? No. It's not. A
No,
bad
your
example.
heart was in the right place.
You want to think about it and let somebody else
Yeah,
go and
yeah.
Go
okay.
back.
Todd Dillon.
I'm ready.
Yeah, there
Yes.
we go. Okay.
Yep, I'm ready.
Deliver
And the
us,
person
Todd.
I'd like to
We're gonna have to
bestow
run
it
this.
upon,
It's
based
fine.
on how this segment's going, is Bob. Can you all hear me?
He thinks he's running the segment, but it's not even his. So just get out of here.
Yeah.
Stop telling people what they needed to think.
Yeah, but
Hold on.
can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Todd,
we
can
can.
hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you, buddy. So what is it?
So to be very clear, the person who I'd like to bestow the feeling upon
Don't say
is
Mary.
Bob.
Oh,
No,
thank God.
it's Bob.
It's
it's
Bob
Bob.
Rankin.
Yes, and because of how this segment's going, it's the moment when that Christmas present Schick Norelco razor lifted and cutted my ball sack
Oh, you
and fucking slashed my scrotum. And I
motherfucker.
thought I would die. I wish I could fucking give that moment to Bob based on how this segment went.
Oh no.
So that's yes. When it actually grabbed a scrotum hair
It
and then the
tugged
blade
and pulled.
pulled the delicate skin of my sack into the blade compartment and just lashed it off, and it was blood, and I almost died.
Do you understand?
That is what I'd like to give and to Bob Rankin for this segment.
Wow, that's wonderful of you. And I love the fact that don't be mad at the segment. Because it sounds like you're a
I
little
love
angry
this
at the segment. Yeah.
I love this segment.
Bob has taken the cans off and he's moved himself away from the table because he is so taken aback, literally, by what's going on. So, okay. So, mine kind of fails in comparison because I was just going to say my dad took us on a helicopter ride up to the top of a glacier. And I think that would be really nice to give to one of my friends. I guess it doesn't make any sense at this point, even who I would pick, because we have some sack pulling and tugging and slicing, and we have wrong answers, and we also have redundant answers. So this is amazing. This is really amazing. So Cory clearly has had time to put chew in his mouth and to pack his tin.
Cory,
so I know he's figured out an answer. So yeah. Cory Selesky, your answer.
Bring us home, Cory.
All right. So the one thing that my mom not only gave to me but also Danielle was a car, and she gave us each a car.
Okay.
So that would be something I'd like to give to only Nick Bader or Bob Rankin, and not Todd Dillon.
Give what specifically? Your feelings of gratitude and
a car.
What?
No.
That's not even the question.
Will you please find the question again?
You're not giving anyone anything.
Find the question.
What moment in your
I feel
life
like we've lost the thread of the question.
That you
see? That's why I asked the question in the first place.
Your mom a car.
I told you.
Did your mom give you a car?
I told you.
Okay, so the feeling that you got when your mom gave you a car, you would like to give her that same feeling.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. That's fine.
That is within the confines of the question. You can't give your mom a car. That's not part of the question. But that is
because otherwise it seems like I'm giving you a baby.
This is a terribly confusing
my answer.
No,
this question's very hard.
Bob's makes perfect sense. But it's illogical because you're about to be there yourself and have your own experience.
No,
so if you were
but it's
barren,
my fucking answer, and you asked me, and I don't need you to approve it. So that's the moment.
Well, you kind of do because clearly no one knows what the fuck's going on. So
when I gave my answer, you're like, oh, he's probably gonna have a baby. I'm never going to have a baby or not planning to have a baby. Why not give it to me? And I'm like, it's my fucking moment to give to whoever I want. Don't judge me on whom I'm giving it to. Even if Cory's going to have one, let's say in the next 6 months, blah, blah, blah.
Pretty predictable.
Doesn't matter. That's who I wanted to give it to.
He's going to have another baby in 6 months.
That's wonderful. Why don't you guys just get a fucking ring?
Congratulations, Danielle.
I'm really glad I asked the question.
That I followed the question to the letter and no one else did.
No one else
and I got
did.
shit on for it.
No one else did.
It was a very confusing question.
I did. Wait.
I just want to give my mom a car.
No, that wasn't.
Cory, we're just messing with you, dude. We're just messing with you. So
it would be cool if you
I answered the question.
Right, we're after this week. We're doing away with existential questions.
No. Absolutely
They're too
not.
confusing.
Absolutely not.
That's why I always ask to repeat the question.
I couldn't agree with you more at this point in time, Todd.
There's another reason why you asked, Todd. You're a shit stirrer. That's it. You're a shit stirrer.
All right. Well, the fact that we're an audio podcast, Cory, what is our time right now?
1:03.
All right.
Do you want to do a quick pick of the week?
Sure, if you guys want to.
Sure. Am I forgetting anybody? Like we hit TikToks, we hit Booze News, we hit the question.
I believe so.
I don't want to leave anybody out.
No.
All right, pick of the week.
And I yammer too much. I'm sorry.
It's a common problem tonight. So, Todd, what do you got for us today? Anything that you could recommend to the listeners and the viewers?
Yeah, I would recommend that Fort George Magnetic Fields Hazy IPA.
Okay.
Actually, I would recommend that, but earlier today I was going to tell you this. I would recommend that Sweet Baby Jesus chocolate peanut butter porter that I brought over when we were live, because I can't get it here in Washington State, and that was fantabulous.
That's kind of crazy because Nick's fridge is full of it now, and he wishes that you'd take it back.
Yeah, we can ship it right back to you, buddy. Yeah. No problem.
I'll take it.
Questions asked.
I'll take it. Put it in with my Apple. My Apple.
Happy to oblige.
Yeah, Apple what, Todd? Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
Cory?
My pick of the week is going to be. I just had it in my head.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll spell you. Mine's going to be on HBO Max. There's a documentary called The Last Movie Stars. I really hope I haven't done this already. I don't think I did. Last Movie Stars is all about the marriage and careers of Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward. Yep.
He said he was going to finish it. So I keep reminding him.
Eventually, not while I'm talking, but yeah. If you've ever been a fan of Paul Newman, if you've ever seen Butch Cassidy, if you've ever seen The Hustler or The Color of Money, or you don't know anything about them, I mean, if you've ever liked Paul Newman's fucking salad dressing, it is a fascinating story that was put together by Ethan Hawke and a bunch of his actor friends based on shit that they found that everybody thought was lost to obscurity. So check it out on HBO Max. It's called The Last Movie Stars. Couldn't recommend it highly enough.
Awesome.
Very nice.
That was awesome.
I remember mine.
Okay, Cory.
The Blink camera systems that Amazon owns, and
Yep.
I now have several of them at the house.
Uh-huh.
Gave the recommendation to Lori to
Yep.
get them for her house, and she seemed to like them. So if you're looking for a very simple, easy to install camera system, everything works on your phone. You can pull everything up right away, save it. Any clips you want, anything you want to do like that. Blink camera system from Amazon. Order them. You can.
Very succinct, sir.
That is exactly how I felt going through
Fucking
my
order
pick,
'em.
going like, if I could just make it through the end of this,
Order 'em.
I'll be good.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
All right.
They seem pretty cool. I haven't looked at the integration of them, but I did install them in Lori's, and they seem pretty simple to install, even for a layman. So
Price point is amazing too, and if you need to, you can even do the monthly payments on them.
Okay.
And so if you want to buy a bundle for $349, you can end up spending.
Jesus, how many cameras are in a bundle for $349? I thought you said you got 3 of them for like $100.
Well, yeah, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they do all the way up to 7 cameras.
Okay, why are you gonna stop at 3? I would like for you to keep counting till 7.
4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. So,
Nick,
Great,
Nick, what's
that's
your
awesome.
pick?
So my pick is gonna be Sunjoyo. Sunjoyo-san. Sunjoyo, Sunjoe. It's a lawnmower. It's a name I've never heard before. For anybody that knows me, I've gone in the past month and a half through 3 lawnmowers, 3 battery-powered lawnmowers after trying Bob's Greenworks lawnmower, which I thought was pretty cool. Wasn't necessarily in my price range, but I ended up getting the Greenworks first in the mid-200s, low 200s, I would say. And it didn't come with a charger or a battery. So it sent it back. I ended up getting a Works, WORKX, because I have other Works products that I really like. It was the 14-inch, which ended up being very small. I didn't care about that as long as it did the job, which it did not. And I equated that to imagine buying a brand new vacuum that picks up about 15% of the dirt. Because that's the way it worked on my lawn, or works on my lawn. So that went back, and I did some very deep delving into some research and found Sunjoe had really, really great reviews. And I realized the importance of how wide the blade was in the lawnmower itself. So I got, I think, a 22-inch Sunjoe, which is also battery powered. It only has I think 8 more volts than the other one that I got. But it takes 2 batteries at once, and comes with a bag, comes with a mulching setting thing that you put on the side. But it is fucking phenomenal, dude. It is going from this Works lawnmower to this it's not even night and day. It's night and a week from then, that day, with the sun out and birds chirping and getting a fucking blowjob. Like that is.
I wasn't sure where you're going, but I like the way you finished.
Those are the leaps and bounds that it took.
Yep.
This thing fucking goes through anything. So I would do about an hour or 40 minutes on the works. And really, let's say 40 volt, and the new one I have is only 48 volts. So theoretically, battery-wise, you would think that it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's a smaller system. You would think it would last longer. It didn't. This thing plows through tall grass. We had a huge storm. There were sticks everywhere. It fucking ate up sticks. It did everything I possibly needed it to, and the battery actually has a button on each battery with LED lights that tells you red to green, like the power in the actual battery, and which is a cool feature. And they were always on green when I would end hours of doing lawn work. And so this thing is amazing. Sun Joe, go look it up. It's $250 to $280, I think, is the price range, and worth its weight in gold.
Awesome. So what have we learned today, gentlemen? We've learned that don't fuck with Cory on age math. We've learned that moments can't be transferred without some sort of crazy shenanigans or serious, semi-serious disagreements.
Yeah.
And Todd has only half forgiven Cory for whatever transgression he feels that Cory has made.
Sounds good.
Did I distill that down, Todd?
Oh
no.
We lost Todd's audio.
No. You're not muted. I swear you're not muted. Oh, all right. Well, I'm just going to have to speak for Todd saying, like, yeah, Cory, I completely forgive you. I'm absolutely sorry for anything that I said that hurt your feelings, and you are 100% correct.
And I'm going to speak for Todd and say, fuck you, Cory, fuck you.
Exactly. I wasn't hating on Cory. I wasn't hating on anybody.
Now he's back.
He's like, I muted myself because I was mad at you guys.
My rage muted the microphone.
Thinking I would mute you, but I actually muted myself.
Yes.
I wanted to stay in the background, stay on the porch. You know how I operate.
You know what I've heard is that you're a smooth operator.
That's how I operate, baby.
All right. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for another episode of Schnozzcast.